The story of Armageddon begins in the stillness of space, where a gigantic asteroid, the size of Texas, breaks free from its orbit and hurtles toward Earth. At breakneck speed, the asteroid becomes a death sentence for all life on the planet. The threat is so great that any emergency plan seems insufficient. But at NASA, a team of scientists and military leaders is facing reality. Humanity has only 18 days before impact. NASA Director Dan Truman is faced with an impossible choice. He knows that the only way to stop the asteroid is to drill into its surface and detonate a nuclear bomb inside it, splitting it in two and diverting its course. However, the technology and equipment necessary for such a risky mission do not exist. So Truman decides to find the best drillers in the world, men accustomed to working in extreme conditions, who will be trained as astronauts in record time. The search leads Truman and his team to Harry Stamper, a legendary oil driller who runs his own operation on an ocean rig. Harry is a tough man, known for his relentless work ethic and his ability to solve impossible problems. But he is also an overprotective father, especially when it comes to his daughter Grace, the most important person in his life. Grace works on the rig alongside her father, but Harry angrily discovers that she is in love with A.J. Frost, one of his best men and a young man he considers irresponsible and reckless. Tensions between Harry and A.J. boil over when Harry discovers the pair in a compromising situation, leading to an explosion of emotions and a confrontation that threatens to break up the team. When Truman contacts Harry, the situation is critical. At first, Harry is skeptical and reluctant to get involved in such a dangerous mission. However, after understanding the magnitude of the threat and the fate that awaits Earth, he agrees, with one unbreakable condition: he takes his own team of drillers, men he trusts with his life. Harry's team is made up of a motley mix of personalities. There's Chick, played by Will Patton, Harry's right-hand man, a loyal man but with a troubled personal life, separated from his wife and estranged from his son. Rockhound, Steve Buscemi, is the team's geologist, a genius with a dangerous bent toward hedonism and chaos, whose carefree attitude belies a keen intellect. Bear, Michael Clark Duncan, is the muscle of the group, a giant with a heart of gold, and Max, Ken Hudson Campbell, is a big, good-humored man whose positive energy belies the gravity of the mission. The team comes together for a common purpose, but their differences and personal issues quickly surface during the grueling training at NASA. The drillers find themselves out of their element, struggling with the discipline and physical and mental demands of space training. Through it all, they overcome obstacles with their ingenuity and camaraderie, and through their banter and tense moments, they become a closer team. Meanwhile, the relationship between A.J. and Grace becomes a central point of the story. A.J. is desperate to prove to Harry that he is worthy of his respect, not only as a piercer but also as a potential husband for Grace. Despite their disagreements, Harry begins to see in A.J. a determination and bravery that reminds him of himself in his youth. Grace, meanwhile, finds herself caught between her love for A.J. and her loyalty to her father. Her relationship with Harry is deep and complex. Though she loves and respects him, she also struggles to assert her independence. The journey into space, and the very real possibility of losing both men she loves, fills her with anguish. Eventually, the team is launched into space on two shuttles, the Freedom and the Independence. The journey is not without its perils. A meteor shower hits the shuttles, causing severe damage. The Independence crashes into the asteroid, and the team suffers its first casualties. Among the survivors is A.J., who, despite the odds, manages to reunite with the Freedom crew. The team is visibly shaken by the loss of their comrades, but they press on with the mission, aware that time is running out. The asteroid, with its rocky, treacherous surface, proves to be a relentless foe. The drillers struggle to set up the drill on terrain far tougher than expected. Tensions mount when the drill breaks, and the team must quickly improvise to repair the damage. The success of the mission hangs in the balance, and the pressure begins to take its toll on everyone. Rockhound, who until now had maintained his carefree attitude, begins to crumble under the pressure, showing signs of a nervous breakdown. Despite this, the team remains focused, and they manage to drill deep enough to plant the bomb. But the relief is short-lived. The bomb's remote detonation system activates prematurely, and the situation becomes desperate. At the climax of the film, Harry makes the decision to stay behind to detonate the bomb manually. It is a moment of great sacrifice and bravery. Harry knows he will not survive, but he also understands that it is the only option to save the Earth. In an emotional moment, he switches places with AJ, who had originally been selected to stay. Harry, in his final act of love, tells AJ to take care of Grace and make her happy. The farewell between Harry and Grace is one of the most moving moments in the film. Through a video stream, Harry says goodbye to his daughter, telling her how much he loves her and how he will always be with her, even from a distance. It is a heartbreaking goodbye, but one filled with peace, as Harry has found redemption in his sacrifice. Harry activates the bomb, and in a burst of light and fire, the asteroid splits in two. Earth is safe, and the surviving team returns home as heroes. However, the price of victory is high, and the pain of losing Harry and the others is deeply felt. The film culminates with Grace and AJ's marriage, a symbol of hope and rebirth after tragedy. At the wedding, the faces of fallen heroes are remembered with honor, and Grace feels her father's presence, knowing that his sacrifice was not in vain. Armageddon is not only an epic disaster movie, but also a story about courage, sacrifice, and the human connections that sustain us in the darkest of times. Through fast-paced action and spectacular visual effects, the film also explores deep themes of love, redemption, and the struggle against an unforgiving fate. Despite its flaws and moments of over-the-top drama, Armageddon leaves an emotional mark that resonates, reminding us of the power of human will in the face of the impossible. We hope you enjoyed the summary of this spectacular film. Comment on what you thought, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next summary.